Yo, what's the crack, boys? This new collective bargaining agreement in the NBA has changed the NBA forever. The NBA is forever being changed. Somewhat for the good. Obviously, there's a bunch of new additions. I'm really going to talk about the three main ones. Obviously, there's like a luxury tax thing, which does change a lot, but really three big changes that I think we need to talk about. First of all, straight up, all NBA teams are now going to be positionless starting next season, which it should always be like this. I get why all NBA team, you need the two guards, and then the forwards and the center. I get that, but this is a very good change. Not my favorite one. We'll talk about that later, but this is a very good one. Prime example. Embiid Embiid's never made All NBA first team. He should have made one. Do you know what I mean? I'm just a biased Sixers fan, but pretty much, possibly it could just be all forwards. This does mean, Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid will be on the same team, along with Tatum, probably Shea. Players like this is a very good change. Obviously, a lot of players are getting into these All-NBA teams just because they're a guard or they fit the criteria. DeAndre Jordan, nah, that's kind of a bad example. But, there are some players that, he made the All-NBA team. This guy didn't. I think Jimmy Butler would benefit from this if this came, earlier. A lot of players can, but it's changed now. Many players are going to miss out and make All-NBA teams because of it, and I think it's for the better because, perfect example like I used earlier. Embiid, Jokic, and Giannis, only two of them will make it, even though they're down to the three best players in the world. So yeah, it's a good change that I'm happy to happen. And the next thing, actually to be able to receive awards, All-NBA teams, MVP, blah blah blah, need at least 65 games played in the regular season, which, cool. Cool. Makes sense. You kind of have to play a certain amount of games. 65 is a good number, I'd say. You need to play at least 65 games. Obviously, you may have players, just hopping into games, starting it. Drew Holiday last season, came in, fouled in the first minute, exit the game, make 200K. Obviously, we're going to see stuff like that, but so be it. The rule makes sense. Obviously, some players are going to, try like what Drew Holiday did, work around it. But I think, it is reasonable, it's fair, as it should be. Now, the in-season tournament, which starts in November, it's a little, from my understanding, I don't know too much about it. It's just in November to the end of December. It's just normal regular season games that count towards this tournament. And it's 8 teams will play elimination games, in the regular season. So, we'll see how it works. Boom, the two teams that make the final just play an extra regular season game. So instead of 82, they'll play 83, which that's good. That is good. And as Twitter does, being so negative, filled with people that come on their bedroom walls, people just hate on it. People, playing tournament. People hated on the playing tournament. Playing tournament is imagine the playing tournament was not a thing. The season would be so uninteresting because you got the Western Conference, 10 to 6. These teams that are fighting for a playing spot. I think this will be a good. I'm open to it. Obviously, you got to see it. You got to see it first. Maybe it'll be a complete disaster. Something that shouldn't have happened, or it'll be one of the best additions to the NBA. It's crazy, to even think about it. So much change has happened in the NBA in the past 4 years. Playing tournament, obviously the draft lottery changes. Now you've got all this, the trophy changes. There's so much changes happening in the NBA. We're literally witnessing the new side, the new era of the game, which I think is really cool. But what was I talking about again? Oh yeah, I got it. So it's gonna be good for the league. It'll make some good memories, some good moments, good games. I do like it's at the start of the regular season. Maybe you could have done it, after All-Star break or before, because obviously when the season kicks off, you've not had the NBA for a while, so just seeing games is enough. So maybe if you put it in January to February when the season gets boring. Truthfully, it doesn't. Maybe just before the playoffs, but then you'd rather player gets injured playing in the tournament, in the final, misses the playoffs. You're not going to be happy with that, but I think it's a good addition. It all really depends if the players care, though, because start of the season, there is actually a good gap between now and the playoffs. Huge gap, actually. If the players care about it, it will be good. But, if it's the All-Star games, okay, we're here, let's put on a show, but it's not the same. It's not entertaining basketball. Obviously, it is just regular season games, so you are playing to win, I guess. We'll just see if the players actually care about it, which They should, it's another trophy, it's a new trophy. We'll see. Obviously, I'm guessing Adam Silver got this from, soccer, football where I'm from. There's, in the Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. It's just another tournament. Obviously, people in the Premier League, but if you win the FA Cup, it's still, you still celebrate. You go on your victory tour. You're happy. It's a trophy that means something, and that's, guess what they're trying to do. It's a really, when I think about it, it's a really cool change how it's happened. We've never seen anything like this before. I think it's going to do well for the league. I don't think, Legacy talks how many mid-season tournaments does this guy want? I don't think it's going to be like that, but obviously if you want it, it helps to your legacy, I guess. But obviously if you don't win it, whatever. But it is a nice consolation prize. Not really. I'm sure it'll be a big deal, but it's good for teams to win it, and it's something else to play for. Plus the play-in tournament, plus a championship. It's making it a bit more competitive, I think. Obviously, people are going to complain, why would you change it? The NBA's fine. I think change is good. Proven change. NBA's changed a lot in the past few years, and it's worked. It's made it, well. It's made it more exciting. I think this will do the exact same, to be honest. I'm not exactly sure if, if it'll be West, East. Obviously, it's 8 teams or something. But it should be interesting. Let me know what you think about it.